Hello, this is Dan McCoy from ChefDano.com. Today was kind of an exciting day. We got the raised beds finally installed out here on Morris Ranch, and I had an opportunity to catch up with Rene, who's been taking care of the landscape and grounds out here for over a decade. His crew did a magnificent job of putting in these raised beds and putting in the right kind of potting soil and getting them ready for spring planting. So I had an opportunity today to catch up with him, and I thought I'd share that video with you. If you're interested in putting in a raised bed, this is the time of year to do it. A lot of the landscape people have a lot of free time, and you can be ready and set to start gardening in the spring. So I hope you enjoy this visit with Rene. Rene, tell me a little bit about these raised beds.
Okay. By the way, my name is Rene Avalos. I'm with Lawn Forest here, located in Fredericksburg, Texas. We have some raised beds that we built for Dan McCoy, and you'll notice the two different levels. The highest levels normally people plant like potatoes, carrots, radishes, things that grow deep into the dirt and have a deep root system. The middle bed we normally use for higher plants, perhaps jalapenos, tomatoes, okra, things that grow a little bit taller. They're built at that level so that you don't have to do a lot of stooping to harvest the fruit and vegetables. Inside the boxes, we use screen topsoil, and along with that screen topsoil is added manure compost, some clay, a little bit of wood particles, you can see. It's a real light, hardy soil. You can probably smell it from where you are. It's pretty rich in manure. Has a good leaching. In other words, it won't pool water. The water will water in and leach into the dirt, and the sand helps it hold the water closer to the surface. Yet to come is the irrigation part of it. The irrigation will be installed. Each separate bed will have irrigation run to it. The irrigation is installed in a grid system so that the perimeter of the box is a square, and inside they'll have rows of drip irrigation so that the bed gets a good coverage in water.
So Rene, tell me a little bit about why you do a raised bed over, like, say, just planting a regular garden.
It's better, it's easier to conserve water, number one. Number two, the weeds aren't as bad in a raised bed. There's weed fabric underneath these boxes. First, the grass is removed manually, and then we put down a herbicide to kill the weeds and grass that are underneath it, and then we put a weed fabric on top of it. So there's little to no weeding involved. You're basically just planting your fruits and vegetables, and you're harvesting, and it's at a perfect height where it's not too cumbersome to work. You don't have to bend over and stoop. It just makes gardening a lot easier.
So Rene, I do a lot of cooking here in the hill country, and in fact, that's what this blog's really all about. And I'm going to use this for herbs, but tell me about vegetables. Can I grow vegetables in this garden?
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be fantastic for vegetables. I can imagine you're going to have a great tomato crop. I don't know, do you use peppers pretty frequently?
A lot.
Jalapenos are going to go great in here, lettuce, things of that nature. Some seasonal planting like onions, potatoes, stuff that has deep roots that you can get in there. Plant your onions and tomatoes, maybe onions in one, potatoes in the other, and you're going to be very fruitful in your bounty there.
So we made some decisions when we did this. There's a lot of options, right? We could have done metal, we could have done wood. We decided to go with wood, and we could have done cedar, but it was going to be a lot more expensive. So we elected just to do pine. And talk to me a little bit about why you might choose one over the other.
Well, this is treated lumber. Obviously, when you get treated lumber, the patina is a little different. It doesn't look as natural. It has like a green tint to it because of the chemicals they put in it for it to last longer outside. One of the reasons they treat the lumber like this is if you're going to be using it in a wet atmosphere, it doesn't deteriorate as fast. Cedar has that naturally. Cedar's more expensive. A lot of these boards that we used in building your beds, Dan, would have had to be special ordered. And cedar's pretty hard to come by as far as walking into a lumber yard and saying, I want cedar to build this thing. Most of the time you'll have to pre-order that stuff.
So the other thing we have going on here in the hill country, of course, is deer.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of predators when it comes to things like vegetables. So we built this inside of a fence. Tell me a little bit about why maybe the raised bed's better, because I guess you don't have to build a huge fence around a big garden.
Number one. Number two is normally rabbits won't get up in here. You know, it's tall enough where like a raccoon will go anywhere it wants to. But a rabbit typically won't get in the garden and start nipping on your leaves and biting your fruits and vegetables before you're ready to harvest them.
And I guess the other thing is water management's clearly here, and that's one of the things we're real concerned about.
That's a big deal. You know, if a garden this big in an area this big, not in a raised bed, you're going to spill a lot of water on the ground. You're going to spill water. As you can see, the way the terrain goes, there's a significant fall on the lower end. If you were going to water fruits and vegetables from the top, most of that water is going to roll off and go other places. You can confine your water output in these little squares. It just makes it more efficient.
Rene, thanks so much. Tell me how long you've been taking care of me out here.
Well, before you bought the place, probably 10 years, and now since you've been here, now that you're here full time, we're hoping it's going to be another 10.
Well, that's the thing. I was planning on planting a garden, but I have always worked in Dallas, so it's been hard to do. But I'm going to be here, and we're going to do that. So thanks very much for doing
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Dan.
Tell us a little bit about your business and where you're located.
Well, we're in Fredericksburg, Texas. We're a landscape design installation business, and we also do maintenance. We take care of folks who sometimes don't live here. They live in other towns and have homes here for vacationing or summer homes. And we take on projects like this so that when they come home or come back to Fredericksburg to their home, they don't have to spend a lot of time maintaining. So we show up, do our thing, meet with the clients, make sure that we have their punch list, and we work on it. And most of the time, everyone's pretty well pleased.
Well, I certainly have been pleased, and thanks very much for taking good care of me. And I'm excited to see what we get to grow at.
Man, I am too. I'm looking forward to it.
Rene, thanks.
Thank you.
So today was kind of an exciting day. We finished the raised beds here out on Morse Ranch in Fredericksburg. I'm excited because I have been living off the bounty of my friends and neighbors who make sure that they've kept me in fresh fruits and vegetables and herbs. But I'm excited to be able to grow them here. And today I had an opportunity to catch up with Rene, who's been taking care of the grounds here out at Morse Ranch for a long time, over a decade. He's the one that put in the raised beds, and I thought you'd enjoy kind of visiting with him today.